Okay, hi everybody. This is Christian and Beck again. We're on day 3 of our distilled water fast, and we're doing this video as an update on how we're going, talk about a few facts about our symptoms, and also a few other little tidbits of information that we found that we feel it's important to share with people as well. But first we've got a bit of an update from our last video. Beck.
Yeah, last time I said to the skinny people out there to be careful and before doing a water fast to check to see if you can actually lose weight. We went back and we checked Joel Fuhrman's book, and he actually states that healthy people have enough pathogens and nutritional reserves for up to about 40 days. So everyone is fine. They do not say to go past 40 to 45 days just for health reasons. So sorry about that, but we've fixed up our boo-boos. So moving on to signs and symptoms over the last 48 hours, I can definitely say that it's been a lot easier than what I thought. In terms of that, the MMS diet or MMS cleanse that we did a while ago was 10 times harder than this because we had some nausea, etc. But this just seems to be sailing along nicely. If anything, I've been waking up with a bit of spaciness. I've been walking around with a bit of low blood pressure, so just be careful when I'm having to stand up. This morning when I jumped out of bed, I actually had a bit of a blackout, so that was a bit of a wake-up call to take it easy. Concentration's been a little bit lacking, but other than that I've been feeling quite calm and able to get through the day, do general duties and housework. I worked today down at the art gallery, so you can still get on with your day and function okay. How about you?
Yeah, so for me, similar to Beck, around the feeling of sluggishness and not thinking 100% quick. One thing that I've noticed is I've got some kidney pain, so the pain in the lower back, in and around the kidneys, which just is a bit of a sign that the kidneys are working fairly hard during so far on the cleanse. I also have some, I guess I call them muscle twitches in my calves, and I think that's mainly due to the sodium being released from the muscles, which I've been reading about happens in the first few days. Sodium and water happens and is excreted from the body because I used to have a lot of muscle cramps when I played a lot of high intensity sport, so this might be a bit of a sign of that. So that's what I've been noticing as well. Also, I've noticed I've been breathing a lot from my chest as opposed from lower down in the belly. I do a lot of yoga, so I've been sort of careful to try and train to breathe from deep in the belly, but it's just been this natural tendency to breathe higher up, and it really takes a lot of effort to breathe down. So Beck was saying that she had something similar yesterday, so that's been an interesting one, and we've both had some dry lips as well, or I have over the last 24 hours, so it's been some interesting things.
And yellow pea.
Yellow pea?
Yeah, we've been doing our pH strips each day, testing that, and it seems to be getting more acidic. So all the, what would you say, all the bits and pieces that aren't meant to be in there are coming out, all the toxicity.
All toxins.
Yeah.
On that line, we've been taking our body circumferences and the scale measurements over every day at the same time over the last 3 days. We talked about that in our last video. So things like percentage body fat, percentage muscle mass. There has been some slight decrease in weight, maybe a kilo off both of us, and some minor changes in the ratios of fat and muscle and anything like that, but it's still very early days, and we'll keep charting that to see if we can come back with some significant differences or stuff that we can really make use when we present. And last time we didn't talk too much about our signs for stopping the fast, because we were careful not to talk about duration. So Beck, do you want to add some information on that?
Yeah, for us, and maybe for other people out there, it's really important to not set an expectation that's too high. It's really just commit to doing it and just see how your body feels. It's really about just checking in with yourself, seeing how you're feeling, how the hunger pangs are going, the hydration, how you're sleeping, how you're able to get through the day. As soon as the white coating on the tongue stops, or you're generally like really hungry, like you can't actually control yourself, is a good time to start eating. If you're coming into social situations where it's just too hard, or you have a big deadline coming up for some sort of project, etc., just don't do it to yourself. It's just going to stress you out, and stress is the last thing you're going to need when you're doing a juice fast. Or a water fast, is just rest. And you need to give yourself that time to do that. So check in, see how you're feeling. We haven't set a date and how long we want to go for. We have a pie in the sky of what would be great and what would be awesome, but we'll just see how it goes.
So another thing that we wanted to talk about is this topic called ketosis, Ketosis. This is something that I've been reading about again in Joel Fuhrman's book, and basically what he's saying is ketosis is the point in time where the body changes over from using glucose as its main source of fuel and uses the fat from foreign matter as the main fuel source. So what happens is this changeover period is about 48 hours for females and about 72 hours for males. So for me, I'm just on the 72 hours now, and I still have a few minor hunger pains, but nothing too significant. But Beck, the time that ketosis kicked in was 24 hours ago, so she's not experienced any hunger at all. And so once you've made that switch over, the body understands it's got a lot of fuel, and as we talked about earlier, enough nutritional reserves for up to 40 days. So I'm on the peak. And what also happens there at that changeover period is because your body's not using glucose, it doesn't need to break down amino acids from the muscles that it does in like the first 48 hours once the body's used up all of the glucose stores from the liver. So this has been an interesting thing that we've read about. I feel this is probably the real benefit of water fasting as well. This is when we really enter that, I guess you call it the fat burning zone, but also in this zone as well is where the body's really using up all of that waste material and waste tissues and the like, your tumours, etc., that need to be burnt and got rid of from the body. So when we see videos and hear stories about people who do a 3-day water fast, I guess we have a bit of a wry smile because they've just came close to switching over their fuel stores and really getting those extra benefits. A bit ironic, and we were also talking about how we've done some juice fasts previously. Well, I guess now I call them a juice feast rather than a juice fast. We've done 3, 5 or 7 days, but again, because the juice is still bringing in glucose, it doesn't give the body an opportunity to stop using glucose and switch over and start using the fat reserves and other waste product reserves. So that's been a learning for us so far, and from that perspective we'll definitely do a water fast in preference to a juice fast.
We've been brushing our teeth with the bicarb soda, and as we were talking about before with this white coating that's on your tongue, we've been using our tongue scrapers. This is them, if you can see. And yeah, very simple. You just open your mouth and scrape all the white stuff off your tongue, and it helps with breath. It helps just everything. It just feels so much better when you scrape that stuff off. So get one of them. They're only like $2 or something. Well, here in Australia they are anyway, so I don't know what they're like there. Yeah, this is our water. No problems getting through the day. 2.5 litres. If anything, we're drinking more than that.
Yeah, I'm still a lot thirsty.
Yeah, so it's quite easy, and we're not struggling to get through it. It's actually, water fixes everything. If you're hungry, drink water. If your stomach's grumbling, drink water. If you're feeling a little bit lightheaded or whatever, just drink water. So it's great. And that's it. That's it from us for day 3 on the roundup. And we'll probably come back on day 5 or so to see how we're doing and check in with you then.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.